Hello, and welcome to this practice, which is an invitation to listen to your heart, and especially to make some space to hear any painful feeling that your heart wants to communicate today. I trust that you'll go at your own pace. Stop when you need to. Know that you're in choice here and choosing your way. Let's begin by finding a posture, something that's relaxed and dignified, aligned. Choosing whether to leave the eyes open or close them, maybe to soften the gaze if you're leaving the eyes open. And considering what's supportive in your experience right now. What's a region of your present moment experience that you can turn attention to, which is even mildly supportive, steadying, neutral, grounding. Maybe it's the sensations of contact with the ground itself, in the buttocks or the soles of the feet or any other parts of the body. Feeling this contact, the pressure, sensations, the ground. And maybe it's something else that's supportive right now, the flow of the breath or a different region of the body, a sense of the space around and within you. Or bringing to mind a person or being whose imagined presence exudes care and kindness, softens the texture of your experience. Choosing something, not everything. There's one thing that's supportive now to rest the attention in. And doing this for a few moments, exercising the power you have to choose where to turn, and choosing something that's supportive, resourcing, even subtly. And remembering as you do this that you can return to this source of resource anytime in this practice or beyond. Always free to turn to what helps, to turn to where the support is, here and now. And so remembering and staying connected with this support in the background, how about turning to your heart and asking your heart, how are you doing right now? Is there some painful feeling which you've been wanting to communicate? Some challenge, some hardship that you want to be heard and recognized? A feeling which doesn't always get so much airtime. Allowing the heart to choose here. No requirement to go anywhere that you're not ready to go. Going gently and softly is great. Just seeing what comes, what the heart chooses to express and offer. Maybe some sadness or anger, uncertainty or fear. Maybe a sense of heartache, heartbreak. Maybe what comes doesn't have an obvious name, it's just this, emerging. What can be really helpful here is noticing whatever comes as embodied experience. In the body, sensation, an ache in the heart area, or pit in the stomach, maybe heat up the back, a knot somewhere, kind of cloud in the region of the head. a heaviness, density, tightness. Noticing this, and as best you can, staying for now clearly and firmly with the experience in the body of this difficulty which the heart wants to make known today. Not having to tell a story about it or work it out, not having to think about or understand it, just allowing the inner embodied experience itself to be as it is. As it were, to breathe, to rest in the light of awareness in its own way and in its own time, without requiring anything else to happen. Just allowing what painful feeling the heart wants to offer to be here. To be here in the same one space as the resource and support that we began with. Both allowed to be here in the same field of awareness. Maybe placing a hand on the chest or the heart, the belly or the thigh, or the face, steadying and caring, and supportive touch and contact we can offer ourselves. And perhaps saying to these difficult sensations and feelings, welcome, you are welcome. Saying this doesn't mean it's easy or pleasant, doesn't mean that we're letting them take us over, far from it. Welcoming is simply allowing, not fighting, releasing the resistance or strain. We welcome with a light touch, just gently permitting, admitting that this too is here. We can turn to what's challenging with the intention that already as you are, without having to become even subtly different, already you are welcome. One way of doing this is to welcome and turn toward the difficulty with each in-breath. And then with each out-breath to invite some softening in the muscles, perhaps especially around the region of difficulty. Softening and releasing also the attention and focus, letting it go wherever else it wants to, remembering a wider space or resource. So welcoming the pain with the in-breath, softening and releasing with the out-breath. And perhaps you try this with me now for about another minute. Welcoming, softening and releasing. Hmm. Okay for you to be here. In this sense, welcome. Okay for you to be here right now. Safe for you to be here right now. In Hebrew, the word welcome is Baruch haba or Brucha haba'ah. And one way of translating this literally is, blessed is the coming. Might we open to the possibility that the very coming of what's painful, just the admitting and allowing it to be here in spacious presence, already just this, without anything else having to happen, even for a few moments or minutes, could in some way be Baruch, be blessed, fruitful or valuable or sacred. And as we come toward the end of this practice, you might thank whatever has emerged for offering itself. You might return attention more fully to the supportive region you began with. You might thank yourself for your courage in spending some time in this way, in caring for your heart and making space to hear it. And if you have some intuition that there's more benefit, more insight, learning, healing for you to absorb from this kind of practice, this kind of exploration, then I'd love for you to join me in my upcoming course, where we can continue to do this, to travel across this landscape together with the profound enrichment and guidance of our tradition and our practice.